1번. 다음 글의 요지로 가장 적절한 것은?
Practically anything of value requires that we take a risk of failure or being rejected. This is the price we all must pay for achieving the greater rewards lying ahead of us. To take risks means you will succeed sometime. But never to take a risk means that you will never succeed. Life is filled with a lot of risks and challenges. And if you want to get away from all these, you will be left behind in the race of life. A person who can never take a risk can't learn anything. For example, if you never take the risk to drive a car, you can never learn to drive. If you never take the risk of being rejected, you can never have a friend or partner. Similarly, by not taking the risk of attending an interview, you will never get a job.
2번. 다음 글의 요지로 가장 적절한 것은?
Many people view sleep as merely a downtime, when their brain shuts off and their body rests. In a rush to meet work, school, family, or household responsibilities, people cut back on their sleep, thinking it won't be a problem, because all of these other activities seem much more important. But research reveals that a number of vital tasks carried out during sleep help to maintain good health and enable people to function at their best. While you sleep, your brain is hard at work, forming the pathways necessary for learning and creating memories and new insights. Without enough sleep, you can't focus and pay attention or respond quickly. A lack of sleep may even cause mood problems. In addition, growing evidence shows that a continuous lack of sleep increases the risk for developing serious diseases.
3번. 다음 글의 요지로 가장 적절한 것은?
Imagine that your body is a battery and the more energy this battery can store, the more energy you will be able to have within a day. Every night when you sleep, this battery is recharged with as much energy as you spent during the previous day. If you want to have a lot of energy tomorrow, you need to spend a lot of energy today. Our brain consumes only 20% of our energy, so it's a must to supplement thinking activities with walking and exercises that spend a lot of energy, so that your internal battery has more energy tomorrow. Your body stores as much energy as you need for thinking, for moving, for doing exercises. The more active you are today, the more energy you spend today, and the more energy you will have to burn tomorrow. Exercising gives you more energy and keeps you from feeling exhausted.
4번. 다음 글의 요지로 가장 적절한 것은?
How many of you have a hard time saying no? No matter what anyone asks of you, no matter how much of an inconvenience it poses for you, you do what they request. This is not a healthy way of living, because by saying yes all the time you are building up emotions of inconvenience. You know what will happen in time? You will resent the person who you feel you cannot say no to, because you no longer have control of your life and of what makes you happy. You are allowing someone else to have control over your life. When you are suppressed emotionally and constantly do things against your own will, your stress will eat you up faster than you can count to 3.
5번. 다음 글의 요지로 가장 적절한 것은?
Your emotions deserve attention and give you important pieces of information. However, they can also sometimes be an unreliable, inaccurate source of information. You may feel a certain way, but that does not mean those feelings are reflections of the truth. You may feel sad and conclude that your friend is angry with you, when her behavior simply reflects that she's having a bad day. You may feel depressed and decide that you did poorly in an interview when you did just fine. Your feelings can mislead you into thinking things that are not supported by facts.
6번. 다음 글의 요지로 가장 적절한 것은?
A recent study from Carnegie Mellon University in Pittsburgh, called When Too Much of a Good Thing May Be Bad, indicates that classrooms with too much decoration are a source of distraction for young children and directly affect their cognitive performance. Being visually overstimulated, the children have a great deal of difficulty concentrating and end up with worse academic results. On the other hand, if there is not much decoration on the classroom walls, the children are less distracted, spend more time on their activities, and learn more. So it's our job, in order to support their attention, to find the right balance between excessive decoration and the complete absence of it.
7번. 다음 글의 요지로 가장 적절한 것은?
Learners function within complex developmental, cognitive, physical, social, and cultural systems. Research and theory from diverse fields have contributed to an evolving understanding that all learners grow and learn in culturally defined ways in culturally defined contexts. While humans share basic brain structures and processes, as well as fundamental experiences such as relationships with family, age-related stages, and many more, each of these phenomena is shaped by an individual's precise experiences. Learning does not happen in the same way for all people. Because cultural influences are influential from the beginning of life, these ideas about the intertwining of learning and culture have been supported by research on many aspects of learning and development.
8번. 다음 글의 요지로 가장 적절한 것은?
Information is worthless if you never actually use it. Far too often, companies collect valuable customer information that ends up buried and never used. They must ensure their data is accessible for use at the appropriate times. For a hotel, one appropriate time for data usage is check-in at the front desk. I often check in at a hotel I've visited frequently, only for the people at the front desk to give no indication that they recognize me as a customer. The hotel must have stored a record of my visits, but they don't make that information accessible to the front desk clerks. They are missing a prime opportunity to utilize data to create a better experience focused on customer loyalty, whether they have 10 customers, 10,000, or even 10 million. The goal is the same: create a delightful customer experience that encourages loyalty.
9번. 다음 글의 요지로 가장 적절한 것은?
Experts advise people to take the stairs instead of the elevator, or walk or bike to work. These are good strategies. Climbing stairs provides a good workout, and people who walk or ride a bicycle for transportation most often meet their needs for physical activity. Many people, however, face barriers in their environment that prevent such choices. Few people would choose to walk or bike on roadways that lack safe sidewalks or marked bicycle lanes, where vehicles speed by, or where the air is polluted. Few would choose to walk upstairs in inconvenient and unsafe stairwells in modern buildings. In contrast, people living in neighborhoods with safe biking and walking lanes, public parks, and freely available exercise facilities use them often. Their surroundings encourage physical activity.
10번. 다음 글의 요지로 가장 적절한 것은?
Too many companies advertise their new products as if their competitors did not exist. They advertise their products in a vacuum and are disappointed when their messages fail to get through. Introducing a new product category is difficult, especially if the new category is not contrasted against the old one. Consumers do not usually pay attention to what's new and different, unless it's related to the old. That's why if you have a truly new product, it's often better to say what the product is not, rather than what it is. For example, the first automobile was called a horseless carriage, a name which allowed the public to understand the concept against the existing mode of transportation.
11번. 다음 글의 요지로 가장 적절한 것은?
Rather than attempting to punish students with a low grade or mark, in the hope it will encourage them to give greater effort in the future. Teachers can better motivate students by considering their work as incomplete and then requiring additional effort. Teachers at Beechwood Middle School in Beechwood, Ohio, record students' grades as A, B, C, or I incomplete. Students who receive an I grade are required to do additional work in order to bring their performance up to an acceptable level. This policy is based on the belief that students perform at a failure level or submit failing work, in large part because teachers accept it. The Beechwood teachers reason that if they no longer accept substandard work, students will not submit it, and with appropriate support, they believe, students will continue to work until their performance is satisfactory.
12번. 다음 글의 요지로 가장 적절한 것은?
A goal-oriented mindset can create a yo-yo effect. Many runners work hard for months, but as soon as they cross the finish line, they stop training. The race is no longer there to motivate them, when all of your hard work is focused on a particular goal. What is left to push you forward after you achieve it? This is why many people find themselves returning to their old habits after accomplishing a goal. The purpose of setting goals is to win the game. The purpose of building systems is to continue playing the game. True long-term thinking is goal-less thinking. It's not about any single accomplishment. It is about the cycle of endless refinement and continuous improvement. Ultimately, it is your commitment to the process that will determine your progress.